Glasses on the end. What was your name?
Yeah.
What was your name? Jacob. And
Marcus.
I need that. Make sure. All right, so today's class is going to be about leftovers, things you have in your pantry, fridge, freezer. I know I made enough food here for like 1,000 people, but there's to-go boxes if you want. Okay, plates are in the middle. So I'll just tell you what we have to start, and I'll tell you how we got there. So this is a Mexican casserole. It's a sliced chicken, cheese sauce that we made from cauliflower, the same one that we did with and corn tortillas instead of like pasta sheets. This is a hash of potatoes, chicken, a little bit of barbecue sauce, and vegetables. In that pot right there is, in Italy we have what's called pasta fagioli, which is pasta and beans. And then the one next to that is a pineapple and ham fried rice. So the plates, silverware, whatever is right there in the middle. If you guys want to start eating now, you can. I'll tell you how we got there. So a lot of times in this box that you guys get from Morningstar, there's usually always chicken legs in it, right? The thigh and the drumstick kind of thing. So what I did, or you can buy a rotisserie chicken from the store. And a lot of this stuff is really not expensive to do. And so I took the skin off the chicken, roasted the chicken, pulled the chicken off the bones. So now you have shredded chicken, you have chicken skin, and you have chicken bones that are cooked. So after I do all that, we take the bones, put them in water, boil them for 30 minutes. Now you have your own chicken stock. Okay, so you have flavored water. You have chicken flavored water to do a lot of this stuff in. You also have roasted chicken, and then you have chicken skins. So it might be a little warm. Maybe not. Is it too hot?
Not that hot.
Okay. Not for you?
No.
Okay. But a lot of the things that I went with also is a fried rice, and there's usually rice in a pantry somewhere. Rice is inexpensive. There's usually carrots and peas. There's usually some type of meat, whether it's beef or chicken or steak, or we did this one with ham because we had ham laying around. And I also had some pineapple from a thing that I was doing for brunch. So it's ham and pineapple fried rice. And you can probably just Google a recipe for how to make fried rice. It's just sauteed with some soy sauce. You let the soy sauce reduce down until it's kind of sweet, and then you have fried rice. But as far as what goes in your fried rice, it can be a lot of anything. If you have leftover Chinese food, Panda Express, P.F. Chang's, that can all go in a fried rice. And you can just start with, let's say you have the extra white rice, just start with that. And then you have your vegetables, and if there's noodles in it, then that too. So it's a good vehicle for vegetables and meat if you're looking for something kind of Chinese, Asian, and all you need is some soy sauce or some stir-fry sauce. So the second thing we have there in Italy, we have what's called pasta fagioli. You may have seen it at Olive Garden or some Italian restaurants, and all it is pasta and beans. So we usually all have a can of beans of some kind somewhere. There's usually a box or a bag of pasta. If you don't have the short pasta or a tube pasta, even if you have a spaghetti, you just break it in half and do it like that.
Did you use tomato sauce?
So I use what? Yes. So that's where I used the chicken broth from the after we roasted the chicken, took the bones, boiled it in water, and then used that broth, added a can of tomatoes, some Italian seasoning, the pasta and the beans, and a little bit of onion, and that's it. Again, this all goes back to I think what I sent out the first week about how to stock your fridge and your pantry and your freezer. Things to always have on hand: tomato sauce, onions, pasta, beans, rice. All these things are really good, just vehicles for making other things. So that's our Italian. Cans of tomato sauce will last forever, and you can use them in a lot of things. This down here in the cast iron skillet. So this is the chicken that we roasted that came off the bone. The bones went into the broth, and then I had some leftover corn and some peppers. What's up, Jonathan? Corn and peppers. What else is in that? Had a little barbecue sauce, which you almost always see in people's fridge or pantry. So just a little bit of that in there to give us some Southwest kick. And that's really all that is. Oh, I take that back. I'm sorry. The base for this is potatoes. So, and this is, say if you go somewhere and you order fries with your whatever, whether it's fast food or restaurant, you have potatoes. This is what you can do with your potatoes. So the potatoes, we'll call it a hash. So it's just potatoes, a protein, some vegetables, and any kind of sauce. I use a little barbecue here. You can use buffalo sauce, stir-fry sauce, soy sauce, and then on top is, everybody is familiar with pork rinds, right? This crunchy pork skin. So when I told you that we took the skin off and then we had the bones and the meat, so what we did with the skin is we put them in a non-stick skillet and just cooked it for maybe about 10 minutes, and you have your own chicken chicharrones. So we took those crispy. You can eat them like a snack, or you can just chop them up, which is what I did here, just so there's a little bit of crunchy on there. And then finally on the end here, this is another thing, is corn tortillas. You usually need about 10. They sell them by the 50s and 100s, right? So there's always some in the fridge, the freezer. So instead of pasta sheets, we made a cheese sauce, like we had 2 classes ago, with cauliflower that's pureed into a cream, and then we just added cheese. So now we have a cauliflower cheese sauce, and it's just layers of that. Sliced chicken. Again, it can be chicken, ground beef. If you have leftovers from going out and you look in your fridge, okay, I got a taco and I got a hamburger and I got a this. You just, chop it all up, put it together, and use that. It's just layered. Okay, so layered the cheese sauce, and then again, some vegetables, corn, peppers, onions. You can put broccoli in it. There's also some green chilies, some canned tomatoes. And this right here, this sauce right here, this is taco sauce, which I was gonna put in there, but I thought it might water it down, so I put it on the side. And that's one of those things that you have an extra, every fridge I've looked in, there's barbecue sauce, packets of dipping sauce, packets of Taco Bell hot sauce. So if you're gonna do Mexican fast food, grab as many packets of hot sauce, taco sauce as you can, and it's always good in that or in this, or even a little bit if you wanna make your pasta fagioli spicy. So what else am I missing as far as what else you guys have in your pantry or in your fridge, your freezer, or things that you buy at the store? Like, I have no idea what to do with this.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. That's funny because I bought sweet potatoes to do something with in here, and that's the one thing I didn't use that I have left. But honestly, right there, that I would do instead of, like, say, French fries, sweet potatoes, barbecue, perfect combination. Again, chicken, beef, even just vegetables, or you can put a little smoked paprika, which is what the barbecue sauce base is. But I brought these because this is kind of what I was using. All these are under $2. So we made all this food for maybe, I don't know, 20 bucks. From a rotisserie chicken to frozen vegetables to rice, corn tortillas, made your own chicken broth, a can of tomatoes. So there's not a whole lot of expense here, and this is all portionable and freezable. Rosemary, I know we had talked one time about eggplant. Eggplant's another perfect place in the fried rice. Eggplant's a berry, so it's full of juice. It's from the berry family, and so a lot of times when you see a recipe that calls for eggplant, they'll tell you to salt it first, and what that does is draws out all the moisture, and so it'll shrivel up a little bit. So when you're cooking it, all the water doesn't release into whatever you're making. But it goes really, really well with soy sauce, stir-fry sauce, sesame oil, any kind of Asian stuff like that. So it'd be a perfect place to put in your fried rice.
Should you cut it really small?
I'd say about the size of like a dice, about that size. Trying to think what else comes in Morningstar boxes a lot. We talked about we did cauliflower a couple weeks ago. There's chicken in there. There's usually pork chops in there.
What about fruits? So like before they go bad, maybe that's a sauce you make with them?
Yes. Give me your fruit.
Oranges.
Oranges in your fried rice. And the thing, if you get a potato peeler and you peel the outside, you'll get all the essential oils and that chopped up a little bit, sauteed, and so if you've seen in some Asian restaurants, they have orange flavored beef. So that's what they do. They take the skin, they saute the skin first, get all the oils out of it. And now the peel is kind of fried, and then they go in with the beef and the vegetables and then the rice or the noodles. And so, but they get all those essential oils out of the skin.
I've also blended and frozen fruit that's about to go bad with yogurt,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a really good treat for dogs or for humans.
It is, except blueberries. Dogs can have strawberries, but not blueberries for some reason.
My dogs eat blueberries.
Do they?
I think they can't have grapes
That's what it is. Sorry,
Yeah.
grapes. You're right. I was like, yes.
and
Sorry.
other things like that.
And so you talked about sauces. The other thing, if you're going to preserve fruits, and even if you see like a strawberry or some berries that have a little bit of mold on them, okay, mold is not dangerous. I wouldn't eat it by the spoonful, but if you put, let's say, raspberries that are just starting to mold a little bit, and I'm not encouraging dumping mold into your sauce, but if you can't get all of it out, if you boil berries with a little bit of sugar to make like a sauce, the mold will float to the top. All you gotta do is skim it and throw it away, because that's what it does. That's like when you're making your homemade chicken broth, all the dirty stuff that floats to the top. It's a Star Wars joke in the kitchen. We call it the rebel scum. It floats to the top, and so you just skim, and skim. Every time you see that brown, like foamy rise to the top, just skim it and throw it away. But at that point, now you've got a little bit of sugar, and you're getting the pectin from the fruit. So once it boils down, you can leave it as is, or you can put it in like a food processor, and now you've got homemade jelly.
Did you make the sauces? This one?
No, I did not. I mean, how was this? That started out as taco sauce, but when I tasted it right straight out of the container, it kind of had like a raw flavor to it. So I added a little bit of Tabasco to it, a little bit of Crystal's hot sauce, and just a little bit of tomato, because it had that raw chili powder taste.
Mm-hmm.
But usually when you get packets of taco sauce, hot sauce, they're already like cooked out. So, but yeah, those go on.
What's the name of this one? The original packet.
I'll find out. I got the can in the back.
Okay.
It wasn't Old El Paso. It was. Yeah, I'll grab it in a minute. It starts with a V.
Okay.
Not Vallarta. That's the store. Yeah. But for your canned tomatoes, I found there's a product called Contadina, or a brand. They have really good crushed tomatoes, really good tomato sauce. You can buy them seasoned with basil. You can buy them seasoned with roasted garlic. The one seasoned with basil is what I use in restaurants for my tomato sauce. It's one of the only canned tomatoes I found that doesn't taste like the can. So you don't have to like cook it for so long to get rid of that like metallic flavor. I don't know what they do, but their product is, every time I've tried a different one, I always go back. And then, like I said, the rest of these vegetables are just frozen, fresh, or whatever comes in the Morningstar box. Casseroles, hashes. So that pasta fagioli is a soup. Again, anything else, if you make your own chicken broth and maybe put a can of tomatoes, then you can just put whatever. You can put steak in it, broccoli, cauliflower, and now you have your own stew. I know a lot of times you'll get in these Morningstar boxes stew meat. And stew meat is one of those where you have to like cook it really quick and eat it, or you have to simmer it for about 30 to 45 minutes. And same thing with beans. Yes, you.
Is chicken broth and like beef broth, is it like a substitute for water?
Yes.
Okay.
So the way to make an easy, now this one I did a really easy chicken broth is I just boiled the chicken bones in water. But if you're really gonna make like a broth, then you add carrot, celery, onions, bay leaf, garlic, and maybe a little bit of thyme. And so that's what you'll find in a lot of like your box broths, which I mean, box broths are not that, if you shopping smart, you can usually find them like $2 for $3 or something. And it's just a world of difference, because when you cook it, it reduces and intensifies the flavor. So.
I've been trying to I cooked Mexican rice a few times, and I'm trying to master it.
Mexican rice?
Yeah, I'm trying to master it. Like every time, like recently when I made it, it was better than the other time I made it.
What are you putting in it?
So I oil the pan,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put the rice, and then I let it like brown,
Mm-hmm.
and then in a blender I'll put like, sometimes I'll do like garlic cloves, or I'll just do like garlic powder. But I'll put like maybe like a little bit of onion, like a quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
A quarter of onion, and then a quarter of onion, tomatoes,
Right.
and then sometimes like I put like, I think I did 2 tomatoes, and then I put tomato sauce.
Okay.
So
What about chilies? Do you use like jalapenos or canned green chilies, or?
I haven't yet.
So there's a product, and actually I used it in this. It's called Rotel, and you can buy any brand, but it's a can of tomatoes, green chilies, and onions.
Oh.
And you can also buy it. It says Mexican flavor, so it's usually got cumin and oregano in it, and so that's a good foundation to start a rice of what you're talking about. But then, like what you're saying, fresh peppers, fresh onions, fresh tomatoes, cilantro, They'll definitely get you there. But it's
And
just,
then-
it's a good base.
Because everyone makes it different, and then like I was also like, because they saute the onion and garlic inside of the oil with the
Yep.
yeah.
But
before.
it's like in Italian when we make risotto. We do the garlic and the onions first, and the oil, and then we do the rice. So yeah, so all of the flavors that you're talking about are intensifying because they're reducing, and then that gets into the rice because the rice is starting to soften and absorb all those flavors as you're cooking it. And at that point, then it's just kind of adding your broth and letting it sit.
Yeah, and then I add like chicken bouillon and stuff
Yep.
like that.
If not, you can also use that pato sauce. That one, like mix it.
Which one?
I think I heard about that one.
Yeah, it's like the yellow one.
And then they also add tomato bouillon too.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But where is it that you go wrong, or is it that it's just not?
It's just the flavor, like the color of the rice and like the rice is cooked and everything is just like the flavor. I think I add like
You need deeper flavor.
it's either like garlic,
You need garlic.
more
Yeah.
garlicky.
So that's just it, when you start in the beginning with your saute at a lower heat longer. So you're not burning it, but you're just really just intensifying everything that's in that, and you're flavoring the oil. And then when you get the rice in there, now you're flavoring the rice. And then you're going to use your chicken bouillon, which is the same as chicken broth. And so now everything is just really, and as it simmers, your rice is already flavored. All your ingredients are already like intensified. And so now you're passing all that into the rice kernels, and yeah, it should be there.
Yeah, so it's just basically the taste of the garlic.
Is it like too much?
Yeah, too much.
I think you just need to level out how much garlic. I put like 2 tomatoes and like 1 garlic clove, and then I taste the water once it's boiling to see if that's the flavor I want the rice,
Yeah.
and then I can make sure I'm gonna let it sit for 20 minutes and it's done.
Yeah.
Well played.
So, yeah. I just want to master it because Mexican rice is my favorite too.
All right.
Like I love
You put
that.
corn in it?
No, I haven't yet, but I do plan on.
I've rarely seen corn in Mexican rice, but some kind of restaurants do it, and it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not from Mexico, but
It's very good though. They put like green beans in it.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
can use white rice as well.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I put potatoes in
Do
there. The
you?
rice and cilantro.
So what kind of rice do you use?
Whole grain. I forgot
Okay.
what brand it is.
Lillian, what do you use?
Jasmine.
Jasmine?
Jasmine.
Okay.
Maybe I should try a different rice.
Yeah,
then.
jasmine's very good. It's like, it's not as thick. It doesn't turn as like thick. It kind of, I don't know how to explain it, because some rice absorbs all the water and gets mushy.
Oh, absolutely.
That it really does that. I don't know if it-
Basmati is different. Jasmine
There
is
you go.
white.
Basmati.
Basmati is really, really thin.
There's all kinds of rices.
I was like, I usually kind of well works out fine.
And I mean, in risotto we use arborio rice, which is like a short pat, and in Spanish paella they use bomba rice, which is almost like a little rice ball. So yeah, it all depends on how much. Like basmati rice is lower on the glycemic index because it has the least amount of starch. So you're gonna get like a lighter, fluffier rice as opposed to a rice that's more sticky.
Yeah. No.
And then there's nishiki Japanese rice, which is full of starch, which is why they use it for sushi because it all sticks together.
Sticky rice.
Right.
I made sopa de fideo, and I made it my own way, and everyone liked it in my household.
Aw, that's good.
I like fideo. My favorite is pozole. You make that?
No, but I want to learn how to make that one.
Okay,
Too.
maybe I'll just make, maybe we'll do that for our next class.
Okay.
Because things like pozole and menudo and fideo, those things you can make in large amounts on a Sunday and portion, freeze, and yeah.
Albondigas. I don't know if you guys had albondigas.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like meatballs and
Oh, I
soup.
know, yeah.
I want to try to make that
And it's
too.
meatball, but they fold the rice and
With
the meat,
rice
right?
in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay, I guess we know what our next class is. All right, sopas.
That's
For
what I
the
want to make that.
hash, how do
You know what I mean?
I can show you.
Yeah.
I didn't taste it yet, but how
Show
did
me.
you
Or like,
put everything in
you
there?
can get my
Because I'm assuming
Instagram down or
tortillas, you have to
something, and then
wait
like you could
so they don't
send
get
me.
Wait, the hash is made with French fries or potatoes.
Or like show me.
Oh, okay.
So I did the potatoes first, took them out. Did the vegetables second, took those out, put them with the potatoes, put the chicken third, and then hit that with a little bit of the barbecue sauce and took that out, mix it all together, put it back in the skillet, and then put it in the oven.
Okay.
What happens if you don't have an oven?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't have no
exactly.
ovens.
Okay, then
It'll be
well,
no big deal.
you don't need an oven per se. You can just leave it in the skillet and just keep mixing. and just wait till it gets a little bit crispy on the bottom, and then mix it, and then let the bottom get crispy again. Or you can get another pan, so you just turn it over, put it on top like that, and just let it sit. That way everything kind of marries together.
We should learn more Dutch oven and like skillet recipes.
Okay, Mexicans and skillets next time, because this is my favorite vessel to use.
Yeah, I'll text you.
I don't like non-sticks to a point, because there's some, if you buy a really inexpensive like dollar store non-stick, then that non-stick, if you get it too hot, it puts off fumes that get into the food. If you buy a really high-end one, it's not like that, because it's got a metal liner in between the pan and between the Teflon. But something else has become my new favorite that's non-stick, but it's not Teflon, is ceramic. So if you like it, any stores that you see, Home Goods, Ross, Marshalls, all those places, a lot of times will have them like discounted by half. But that's like the new thing that everybody's going with, is ceramic, because they're non-toxic, just like these. And the thing about these, if you want to keep it forever, don't ever wash it, because what happens is when you heat it, all the pores open up, and if you get soap in there, then that's, yes.
I feel so bad. My boyfriend has one of those, and I just put it in the wash. I put it. Oh my gosh.
I don't tell.
I
Okay.
put it in the sink with water in it and soap, and I left it in there.
Okay.
Maybe tell
Is
us
that
how to
okay?
season it.
No. Well, yes.
I'll
How-
go
how
right
do-
back
how do I
over
wanna say
there and
this?
I'll dry it off.
It's, you're not gonna absolutely kill it. The washing it by hand is fine.
Can I burn
wouldn't.
it?
Huh?
Can I turn the fire on? And, like, burn
Well,
it
yeah,
off?
but what we can do is what Ellie's talking about. As long as you don't put it in the dishwasher, then what you can do is ideally wipe it out with a paper towel, because you're gonna have like burn bits on it. Okay, so you're gonna have to get it clean. So even if you use water and maybe a sponge or something, but when you're done and it's clean, then either pan spray or a little olive or any kind of oil
Right.
with a paper towel.
Yes.
And then just, because if you don't do that, it'll start to show a little bit of rust, and that's just from the moisture.
Right.
So,
That's my fault.
so no, you haven't ruined it.
Okay.
My grandma only cleans hers with oil and salt,
Yep.
and occasionally water too. Oilless.
Yeah. Salt. Yes, Jay.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Oh, you're just stretching. All right. Awesome. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, I have plenty of to-go boxes, plenty of stuff to take with you.
Raise your
Um,
hand if you want to go box so I can go grab them.
yes. Then you have food for today, tomorrow, the next day.
No to go box? This is gonna be what makes you go to sleep after.
I know, I'm ready to go to sleep.